with your hands how big your dog is, Boo?
Boo is, she's a square.
Okay.
She's about this big.
Okay.
She's like a brick. She's a brick.
Let the record reflect. Can you describe approximately how many inches you are saying Boo is in length?
How big is this?
What kind of dog is she?
She is a Yorkie.
A Yorkie.
Okay, that's one question.
Can you describe how long she is? How much she weighs?
Okay, so she's probably this long.
Okay. Do you have an approximation? I only want you to tell what you believe the truth. Do you know how much she weighs?
She weighs.
Don't guess.
I don't know how much she weighs.
Okay.
But she's almost as wide as she is long. She's a brick. She's a cube.
A cube or a brick. Okay.
Okay.
Odd looking brick you're carrying there, Amber. Oh, bricks and pieces.
You know what's really funny? It's Kevin Nash holding pistol.
Oh, yeah.
My dog is 3 pounds. She's
Talk about tiny.
probably looks like a
this
pig
big
in my hand. You can imagine how frightening it is to see him hold her. It's random. You're like, please don't hurt my baby. She looks so tiny. And he's such a softie.
Elaine Bredehoft herself, in her closing arguments, represented the jury that Amber Heard had paid $6 million in legal fees.
At the end of the day, she's made $1 million in payments to them, but then she got sued here and hasn't been able to because she spent $6 million in attorney's fees. That is unrefuted. She still intends to pay those pledges, honor those pledges.
Now, this looks like a problem because this looks pretty verifiably not true. And not only not true, Elaine Bredehoft knew it was not true because she knew it was travelers paying her bills, not Amber Heard.
Well, I'd love to stay and chat, but you're a total bitch.
Wait, is there no other place for you to run in your 15 other houses to go run? Come on, go be a real married man. Go deal with your shit the way that a man does. Go run to the next house.
When you listen to what they were actually saying to each other at the time in private, her real complaint was that when they had an argument, far from it hitting her or squaring up to her or anything similar, in fact, Johnny Depp would leave. He would split, as she described it. He would run away from the argument.
Get me out of the bedroom.
Yeah, why wouldn't I if I know that you're about to split? I mean, that's what I'm saying. You
always about to split.
You always split, so that's... Why wouldn't... I mean, I do blame myself for my actions.
I was laying in bed watching television, man. I was laying in bed watching television.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Yes, I do.
You disgust me. How can you live with yourself?
I have no idea.
You stink.
As I sit and look at Johnny and Amber's world over the last 2 weeks, there is a stark contrast between the two. In fact, they're almost like opposite ends of a battery. One's positive and one's negative. As an example, in the last 2 weeks, Amber Heard has filed her appeal. There have been reports that she has gone bankrupt. She's been forced to sell her home in the desert. And she's also named in one of the biggest scandals to land in Hollywood in a long time. Now contrast this with Johnny's world. In the last 2 weeks, he's managed to sell $3.6 million worth of NFT art. He's just started filming his new role as Louis XV in France. Renegotiated his contract with Dior for multiple millions of dollars. What really fascinates me about all of this, Amber Heard has the media on her side throughout all of the things that have been happening. And the media continue to vilify Johnny Depp. It seems to be having no impact as the man is living his life. So yes, just an interesting observation about how different those worlds are. One on the positive side and one obviously on the negative side.
Your costume in the film is absolutely stunning. Why don't we take a look at it first and then talk about whether you were happy with this costume or not. I think we have a picture right here of you as Mary.
That's my actual face. I'm not even acting in the scene.
That's
my face.
Yeah. So what, I mean, was that obviously a very beautiful costume, very stunning costume, probably not the most comfortable thing in the world?
What do you mean by that?
Okay, so the Daily Beast made a report where they talked about the unsealed documents in the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard case, and they said that there were all these breaking revelations. Those damning revelations was that Johnny Depp's photos and videos and audio recordings seem to somehow have been manipulated. What the Daily Beast fails to mention is that the allegations were contested by Johnny Depp's side and the court found in favor of Johnny Depp. Essentially, the audio recordings were made by Amber Heard. So if the audio recordings were incomplete or they weren't sure if they were authentic enough, then that information would come from Amber Heard. She was the one that could authenticate the audio recording. And Johnny Depp could not authenticate a lot of those photographs because they came from third parties. So it's really important to be critical of the reporting on this case because they're trying to relitigate it.
They said I did.
Okay. And you intended to record him, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And last night, that video you recorded was posted on press outlets around the world, correct?
Objection.
I don't know where it was posted.
Okay. After you recorded that video of Mr. Depp, did it remain on your phone?
Wait.
I mean, iPad? Excuse me, I misspoke.
It's not isolated to my iPad, but yes.
Did you send it out to other people?
It involves.
Don't answer as to counsel.
Did you send it out to any other person, not your counsel?
No.
So you only had it on your iPhone, and you sent it. If you sent it anywhere, you sent it to your counsel.
iPad.
I'm sorry, iPad. You recorded it on your iPad, and
was not isolated to my iPad.
Okay. And you sent it to only your counsel, correct?
Don't answer as to communications with counsel.
Okay.
She's asked, and you've asked that, and she's answered.
I just want to be very clear, Miss.
You're asking me if I leaked that video, and I did not.
No, that's not what she's asking.
I have not asked you.
I move to strike. Okay. Listen carefully to the question.
Okay.
I'm allowed to.
Okay.
You're moving to strike your client's own answer?
It wasn't an answer to a question.
Ms. Heard,
Yes.
after you took that iPad video of Mr. Depp, did you ever forward that video to any other person?
Are you saying, did you forward it to anyone that is not an attorney?
Well, let's start there. Tell me the names of any other person other than an attorney you ever forwarded the video you took to which you were referring of Mr. Depp after you recorded him.
I can't remember. It was a long time ago. And since this has all gone down, there have been many people involved in my case, and many people seeking to whom I sought advice and help and support legally and otherwise.
Okay. So let's start with the first person, if there are many. Let's start with the first person you remember sending that video to.
I believe that misstates her prior testimony.
I'm telling you, it was taken a long time ago. And since I have been, since this has all gone down, it's been quite a long time. And there have been a lot of people involved, a lot of people both legally and otherwise that I have sought advice and help for. It wasn't isolated just to my iPad. I also sync my devices, and I have many people have access to my devices, and I don't know who I sent it to.
She's still lying, so we're still laughing about it. Big thank you to everybody who got in touch with me to let me know about these videos and sent them to me. I really appreciate that. Guys, yeah, I'll keep going as long as she does. She doesn't seem to have an end in sight, so here we are talking about it. But couldn't be happier for Johnny Depp. News came out about his Dior campaign. Of course, you know, we found out a couple weeks ago about his art selling and what was it, NFTs and stuff. So that's amazing. Good for him. She sucks. So let me know in the comments if there's somebody else you want to deep dive on, and check back for lots more videos like this. Guys, thanks so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Hey, check out my Patreon, by the way. Patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. I'm doing recaps of the original Sex and the City series over there. So check that out, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.